That evening I liked a post from someone I had never met. A week later, I found myself wondering how one tiny tap on a screen had managed to change several lives at once. My name is Emily. After work I had a habit of mindlessly scrolling through photos. Sometimes they were sunsets, sometimes dogs, sometimes pictures from strangers' vacations. That evening, among hundreds of images, I came across a photo of an old wooden lighthouse standing by the ocean. The caption was almost empty. Just one sentence. Asterisk, some places know how to wait. Asterisk. I tapped the heart and closed the app. The next morning I received a notification. Asterisk, thanks for the like. It's strange, but today it meant more than you could imagine. Asterisk. The message was from a man named Ryan. Normally I never replied to strangers, but there was something different about his words. He wasn't trying to impress me or start a conversation. He simply sounded honest. I wrote back. Asterisk, why today? Asterisk. His reply didn't come right away. Asterisk, because yesterday I almost deleted this account. Asterisk. We started talking. There was no flirting. No dramatic confessions. We simply shared stories about our days, our jobs, and the little moments that made us smile. Sometimes we talked about books. Sometimes movies. We discovered that we both loved long drives with no destination and coffee from small family-owned cafes. A few weeks later, our conversations had quietly become part of my daily routine. Whenever I had a difficult day, I knew there would probably be a message from Ryan waiting for me that evening. Sometimes it was a picture of a sunrise. Sometimes it was a funny story about his golden retriever Ben. One day I finally asked him, Asterisk, why did you write to me? There were plenty of other likes. Asterisk. His answer caught me completely off guard. Asterisk, because yours was the only one I got that day. At that moment it reminded me that someone had actually noticed my photo. Asterisk. I stared at my screen for a long time. One tap that had taken less than a second suddenly felt far more important than I had ever imagined. 3 months later we decided to meet. I expected the awkwardness that usually comes with meeting someone for the first time. Instead, our conversation felt like we were simply continuing the one we'd had the night before. Ryan handed me a small paper bag. Asterisk, this is for you. Asterisk. Inside was an old postcard with the same lighthouse from that photo. On the back he had written, Asterisk, sometimes life doesn't change because of big decisions. Sometimes all it takes is one small sign. Asterisk. I smiled. Asterisk. Did you really go looking for this postcard? Asterisk. He nodded. Asterisk, it took 3 souvenir shops before I found it. Asterisk. We both laughed. That day we spent hours walking along the shoreline, arguing about 90s music, and trying to remember the movies we'd watched as kids. Time seemed to slow down. A year later, that lighthouse became the place we visited every October. Not for pictures. Not because it was beautiful, but because it reminded us how unexpectedly life can change. People spend so much time waiting for the moment that will transform everything. They make plans. They wait for perfect timing. They hope for the right circumstances. Then one day they realize that everything actually began with something so ordinary that no one would ever think twice about it. One simple like. And if my finger had stopped just a second earlier or a second later, we might have never known each other existed.